I'm here with Chad Rogoszewski as he begins his second season as head coach of the Hamlin football team. What did you learn in your first year as head coach of the Pipers?
Going into year one a year ago, we had a pretty unique situation with the makeup of our team. We had essentially half new players, half returning players. And as a new coaching staff, there was a lot of learning we had to do about them, and there was a lot of learning they had to do about each other. Fast forwarding a year and going into year two in our current situation with a fair amount of returning players, we know a lot more about the strengths of our players. We know a lot more about where they fit best into our schemes, and I think that has really helped us progress moving forward. Having older players that can set examples for younger players, having players in the correct spots, and really having the relationships developed amongst each other as teammates, player-coaches relationships as well, that there's a little bit more trust between each other when comparing it to year one, where everybody really was new and going through things for the first time.
You talked about those players you're bringing back. You're bringing back 52 players from 2013, along with bringing in another big recruiting class. How has that experience in youth kind of meshed in practice so far?
Well, it gives you a core to your team, which with half and half new, half old, returning players last year you didn't really have. This year you have a good core of 52 returning players that can show the new players the culture of our program, how we do things here, what our expectations are. They can do some teaching on the field. You know, when a coach can't get to a guy, explaining how a specific assignment or technique should be executed, and that speeds up your learning for the young guys. They've got a model of what they should be learning, and that, I think, really helps you, the speed of your progression as you're trying to get things taught during a preseason camp like we're in now.
You bring back the leading rusher in the conference, Austin Duncan, as well as Anthony Hill, who led the MIAC in solo tackles. What are your expectations for your team this season?
You know, I think with those two guys and a number of other players that we have returning, that you would see us offensively as a team that can be effective running the football. For us to get better offensively, we need to improve in the passing game, and I know our guys have worked hard on that. They understand that, and they've worked hard on that this off-season. And passing game in football is something that really takes all 11 players. You got to have protection, got to have the correct routes, quarterback's got to make the right reads, throw a good ball, the receiver's got to catch it. With Austin, sometimes he can get us yards on his own, so that's, again, takes a little bit longer to develop. I think defensively, when you look at a safety, having 109 total tackles on your team, the immediate concern would maybe be what's going on the two levels in front of them on the defensive line and linebacker levels, and I think we'll see that develop this year. By the scheme of things, our safety, and Anthony does get involved in the run game quite a bit, but I think you're going to see some development at the defensive line and linebacker levels, that there's going to be less tackles making its way to the third level. But Anthony Hill is a really good leader for us back there and gets us all on the same page. And we've got to improve defensively, and our guys know this from a takeaway standpoint. A lot of missed interceptions last year, and we've got to be a lot more aggressive trying to force fumbles and recover fumbles.
Your team will be playing under the lights twice this season. What is that experience like for you guys?
I think players enjoyed it, something they miss from high school football, playing Friday nights under the lights, evening games. That's something in college football, you're playing Saturday afternoons. So to have those opportunities early in the year when the weather's still nice, to have night games under the lights, I know it's something that they're excited about and looking forward to. And we take things one game at a time, so they're focused on Morris, but I know they have anticipations of a real good atmosphere for our home opener against McAllister under the lights as well.
Looking at the MIAC this season, what stands out to you?
You look at the league, and it's going to be tough. Again, it's always a very competitive, one of the top conferences in the country. You've got some very strong teams returning. Bethel, a playoff team from last year, and then a St. Thomas team that had won the conference, I believe, 3 years in a row and advanced in the playoffs. So they're going to continue to be strong, and you've always got teams that are continually working to improve, and that makes that next level of the conference even more competitive. So it will be, there's no weeks off in the MIAC. It will be a tough opponent for us. every week, and we're just really hoping and working to make that next step as far as the development and improvement of our program.
Great. Well, we look forward to watching you guys play, and good luck against Morris in the first opener.
Great, thank you.